What's up? We're back with a brand new video. Today we got sort of a different one. You know, we're gonna go through Reddit and read some of these different subreddits. So let's get into this. You're too old for a PlayStation. When I was 14, my mom had a party like she would every year. She would always invite a bunch of her friends over, and there were quite a few of them too. So I just kept to myself in my room. I was playing COD Black Ops 3 at the time. Then one of the kids, there were about 12 at the time, came in and his EM asked if he could play with me. So I said sure, as it seemed harmless at the time. After a couple of rounds of the game, he started to get pissed. Anyway, I ended up killing him a couple of times, and that is when I threw my controller at the floor, which was polished concrete, and started screaming. His EM came in and asked what's wrong. I told her that he smashed my controller, as it was all over the floor. The EM said, well, you should have let him win. Well, you should have let him win then. So I told her that he owes me a new one. Then she says, well, you're too old for games anyway, so you should just give him the PlayStation anyway. The little shit then grabs my PS4. The little shit then grabs my PS4, so I get pissed and say, the fuck are you doing? His EM says, by the way, this is the first time I'm seeing this. I'm sorry, guys. His EM says, how dare you speak to my son like that? Now you owe him it. What? Who is this? What is an EM? Is there something I'm not getting? And he says, you owe him it. I tell him to put it back. Out of nowhere, he threatens to smash it. At the time, my dad walked in. I'm so sorry. What is this? What is this? Who wrote this? At the time, my dad walked in and heard what he said. And he was pissed, so cause we would play Borderlands on it. So we said, if you smash it, I will send my boots so far up your ass, you will never be able to sit again. Sounds like a Red Foreman up in here. So get the fuck out of my house. And the shit dropped it anyway. As they were leaving, I noticed he tried to steal my grade. What? As they were leaving, I noticed he tried to steal my great-grandfather's trench knife. As he walked out the front door, I kicked him in the back of the leg and grabbed the knife and closed the door in his face, and I never heard from them again. What is this? What, like, there's so much going on. How old? There's like a 12-year-old kid trying to steal knives out here. This is crazy. That was a good one. That was funny. All right, next one, boys. What is EM? Am I missing something? These are EM, EP. I'm new to Reddit. I don't know any of this. So these were all just like picked out for me. I have my friend pick these out, and he thought I would think that some of them were funny or whatever. But anyway, EM flips after she reads the post about her daughter and her, and it leaves us on a cliffhanger. Hello again. I posted a story about my aunt ruining my sister's birthday day before yesterday. Turns out she or her daughter is on Reddit and subscribe to r/EntitledParents and read the story. This is what happened last night. EM is entitled Mom. Okay. EM entitled Mom, who's my aunt, EC, her daughter, S, my sister. Okay. So her mom called my dad last night about 11 when my dad was half asleep. How could you do this to us? Aren't we family? Why'd you shame us like this? It was so many years ago. Couldn't you just let it go? And my dad, no idea what she's going on about, asks what happened. To which she tells him that we were posted on Reddit about my sister's birthday. My dad doesn't know and doesn't care what Reddit is and asks what's the big deal. Wow, so your daughters do things without telling you? You should keep an eye on them. Don't let them get out of hand. You should have taught them manners. My name just exposed us and shamed us online. Dad, what are you saying? How could she expose you? She hasn't even talked to you in years. She posted a story about us online. As soon as EC read it, we knew it was about us. I haven't divulged any names in that story, not even mine. Dad asked me if I did and why. So it took a total of 15 to 20 minutes to explain to Dad what Reddit is and what I did. I tell him that I have just narrated the story and haven't exposed their identity in any way. So Dad just hands me the phone so I can explain it to her. As soon as I say hello, EM starts screaming at me so loudly that it can be heard outside the phone. You bitch! How could you do that? Who do you think you are? You poisoned my child? Wait, what? You poisoned my child? You poison my child and then make it up as if I was overreacting? Take that post down now and apologize for it on that subreddit. If you don't, I'm gonna sue you. WTF. I'm so angry that I just say no. I won't do anything of that sort. And that I would see how you can sue me all the way from California. EM then proceeds to call me and my sister a whore and similar things. My dad takes the phone away and asks her never to contact any of us again and blocks her. So hey there, Aunt Sheila. Hope you read this. Alright, so she exposed the name. What was that about poisoning? I didn't catch that. Was I supposed to read this one second or something? What happened? Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next one. EP at the Amusement Park. I think these are all these entitled moms ones or whatever. Yeah, entitled parents. Okay. So, an EP. This makes sense. Okay. EP at the amusement park. I'm 17 and I have a moderate form of autism called PDS that causes a short temper, a fear of being trapped, and social difficulties. This means that when I go to amusement parks, I get a ticket that lets me skip the queue and go on the ride straight away. I'm not allowed to come back to it for 30 minutes each time. I am understandably popular among my friends because I can take up to 5 companions with me and they get to come with me straight onto the rides. So I was at Thorpe Park one day. Thrill seekers in the UK will know exactly which place I mean, with some of my friends, and we were going to the priority entrance when a woman we'll call EM stepped in the way. Her kids were in the queue and told us the queue is that way. Naturally, I look at this misunderstanding, so I said, "Oh, I have a ticket that lets me go through this way. Excuse me, please." EM then decided to reply, "My kids don't get to skip the queue." My friend then pipes up to defend me. "Look, he has a ticket because he's special needs. Stop getting in the way." At this point, she has the temerity to tell him to stop lying, so I take out the ticket and show it to her. She flips out, accusing me of pushing in and that her kids didn't get to skip the queue and that she was going to get me kicked out of the park. She refused to budge from the priority entrance, and I didn't want to cause a scene there, so I called my dad and asked him what to do because I was on the verge of losing it. "Hey, what's up? Having a good day?" my dad says. "Yeah, but I got a problem. Some woman is blocking the priority entrance to our ride and I'm not letting her stop me. But I don't want to make a scene." "Did you show her the ticket?" "Yeah, but she didn't believe me and won't move." "Well, tell her firmly to get out of the way and don't take any shit." I hang up the phone and approach her, holding the ticket. "We are allowed to come through and my friends and I are not going to let you ruin our day." I looked her dead in the eye, but she refuses. I took a deep breath trying to calm down, but at the end shouting at the top of my lungs, inches from her face, "Now!" She moved rather quickly, and we went on the ride and had a great day. My friends started laughing as soon as we were out of earshot and congratulated me on lasting so long before losing my temper. Usually, I would have gone ballistic, straight after she yelled at my friend. TLDR, I went to an amusement park and some EP decided I wasn't special enough to justify my skipper ticket and that because her kids can't skip the queue, I shouldn't be able to. Yeah, that woman seemed like quite the asshole. This boy, he's my boy, alright? Not backing down, stepping up, getting in them faces. Now this man yells. "Guess I'll just have to take your iPad." Oh boy, this is gonna be like that PS4 one, isn't it? There's gonna be knife stealing, there's gonna be all sorts of theft. Someone might lose a limb, an appendage. Let's see. So I'm a former babysitter. I babysat for this family with 2 kids, one 5-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl. The family seemed normal. They didn't seem too entitled, so I was babysitting for them one day. The 7-year-old was a bit attached to a game I had on my dad's iPad. The little girl asked, "Mommy, can I stay longer? I like the iPad." The mom had the nerve to look at me and ask, "Can she keep the iPad for tonight?" Now, the iPad ain't mine. Like I said, it belongs to my dad. So I humbly answered, no, this iPad actually belongs to my dad." I thought she'd understand, but no. She just popped off with, "Oh well, can you ask him?" Me? Well, no. EP, why not? Me? If you'd let me just finish. EP, well, okay, that tone of voice was disrespectful. Me? Okay, but I already know my dad won't let you. Why not? Because he doesn't trust you, you know? Random people borrowing his iPad? She's a good kid, very careful. Well, that's good. You can't just borrow the iPad. Oh well, guess I'll have to take your iPad. Oh, okay, that turned pretty quick. Let me just clarify. She wasn't kidding. She got her kid and told her to bring the iPad. I was panicking and was not about to let some kid and their entitled parents steal my dad's iPad. So I took the iPad from the kid's hands. "Excuse me? Listen, I can't let you steal the iPad. We're not stealing, we're borrowing." I'm trying to be as calm as possible. "Well, borrowing with consent is stealing. I think he meant without consent is stealing. But anyway, we'll keep going. You're stealing. What? How? You're stealing my kid's happiness. And you're stealing a $500 iPad. Basically. We fought it out, and I got my iPad back. And the police called on me. But I didn't get in trouble. But the lady still hates me. I don't understand. Who are these people? Where do you find people like this that just are going to steal iPads? Stealing my kid's happiness? What is this? There's some crazy people out there. I've never babysat, but this does not make me want to. Last one. My kid deserves that hot chocolate. Some of these titles, they're pretty spot on, so I don't know what this one's about to be about. My kid deserves that hot chocolate. Sorry this is long, it just pissed me off. No worries, my guy, I'm here to read it for you. My friend and I love to go on shopping trips, and this time we decided to get lunch in a cafe rather than a McDonald's, which makes a change for us. So we went in, my friend got a smoothie and a wrap. I got a sandwich and a hot chocolate. For context, these hot chocolates come with cream and there were marshmallows on the side. They taste like heaven, so forgive for being protective over my chocolatey baby. No, that's an interesting. I'm gonna start calling hot chocolates chocolatey babies now. We sat down near the window and began to chat about our homework we had due on Tuesday. We know how to party. When I spotted the kid eyeing my hot chocolate, let's call them EC. So I smiled and began to eat my sandwich. Halfway through eating a mouthful, I look up and my friend's staring at me. I gesture a what? It would be rude to speak with my mouth full, not to mention I couldn't. She looks at the side of the table. I follow. I see EC. I finish the mouthful and say, "Hi buddy, can I help you? I saw you looking at my hot chocolate." EC didn't say anything, just carried on staring. My friend then said, "Do you want one of her marshmallows?" EC nodded excitedly, so begrudgingly, I handed him one of the sacred marshmallows. Thinking he would leave, I went back to eating my sandwich until I heard my friend say, "Hey, no, you can't take that." Looking up, I see the kid had taken my freaking hot chocolate back to his table. And EP didn't seem fazed that her kid took my hot chocolate that I paid for. I tell my friend to look after my stuff. I go over to the table and EP is already looking like I called her a murderer. "Excuse me, but your child took my hot chocolate from my table." Looking at him, I saw he already eaten the marshmallow and cream from it. This annoyed me greatly. EP just looked at me and says, "Well, he wanted it, and he deserves it too. You don't need it, you're too old for these drinks anyway." What? Nobody's too old for hot chocolate. There's better be a smackdown right now. Even so, he stole my stuff that I paid for. She stands up and looks me dead in the eye. "Look, what my kid wants, they get. So stop being selfish, sprat, and go back to your seat." I was stunned that a mother could act like this, but fortunately hearing this, my friend came over and asked, "Is everything okay?" This lady then calls a member of the staff over and says, "These kids are harassing me and they were trying to steal my kid's hot chocolate." The member of the staff was my hero at this point. "Madam, we know you didn't purchase a hot chocolate." Speaking up, I said, "Her kid stole mine and drank half of it." The employee looks at me and my friend and tells us to go sit down and they would sort it out. After watching EP huff and mutter something about being unfair and that we were spoiled, she left. The best part of this, that I got a new hot chocolate. This woman though, like, are you kidding me? What do you mean your boy deserves his hot chocolate? What did he do for that hot chocolate? This man just walked over to a desk or a table and he looked at it, he eyed it down, but you gotta give him credit. That boy swiped. Swiper the Fox right over here. Darren Fox. How did nobody notice this kid just take a hot chocolate off their table? Like, he deserved that hot chocolate for stealing it, but like, that was the reason, not this mother's reason that whatever he wants, he gets. That was selfish, but this boy, he's gonna go places. This man sees hot chocolate, he takes hot chocolate. Anyway, this was good. I like this. Maybe I'll do more, read a couple more, some for a different video. If you like this is kind of a new thing. I've pretty much only done like gaming, and that's pretty much it. If you know of any other subreddits that you might want to see me read / react or commentate on, let me know. I'm down to do these. They're pretty fun. Pretty funny. The first one was really funny. I like that PlayStation one. If you think of any other funny ones or just any other ones in general, this was like to have like a first reaction to, definitely let me know in the comments. If you're new here, subscribe. You know, new content always coming. And yeah, it's been Bizute, guys. See ya.